Hello and welcome back to another episode of Find Yourself in a Character, my weekly video series that takes us on the exploration of some of my favorite characters and their journeys. I'm Jenny D. I'm an author, consultant, and international promoter of love and triumph. In this week's episode, I'll be talking about By Yourself, the cking Lilies by Tara Schuster. Now, first, let me start off by saying if there ever was a stranger who could step inside my actual mind and write a story about my life and how I feel and how I react and how I have no filter, it would be Tara Schuster. It was mind-blowing from the second I started reading this, how in alignment, like her views and life and everything was with me. Now, it's basically, I guess you consider it a self-help book if you want to get technical, but it was so hilarious and on point and humorous that it just, you didn't even realize that you were in a therapy session the whole entire book because it was just so funny, like her anecdotes about her life. And meanwhile, she's like sliding in some tips here on, what you can do. So, in addition to me relating to like the whole self-help journey where you hit a rock bottom and then you start all these different methods of healing, and the way she went about it, like the artist's way she read, and the morning pages and the journaling and confronting patterns as they arose. So, I've been on this journey for quite a number of years. And so I saw a lot of the same techniques like I would have used, or I still use to this day. I mean, I journal every single morning. But what's awesome about this book is that it doesn't really matter whether you are hitting rock bottom right now and starting from fresh, or if you've been in this for quite a few years, there's something to glean out of it, out of all her wisdom and her suggestions and her tips and tricks. And I even found like new stuff to do that's like, hey, I thought about that. And some of the things that she even went through in her life, like there was this one day where I woke up and I just wanted like a dad hug. And in that same afternoon, I started reading this book. And in it, one of her things was, I realized that I didn't get enough hugs from my dad as a kid. And it just means like, I just want to be held. I was like, holy crap. This book was meant to be read by me right now, because that was a crazy synastry that happened in our minds. So it was an amazing book. It was really light and easy to read. And it wasn't full of, you should do this and you should do that. It was more like suggestions on how she's done it in her life, or things that have helped her and what came from that. So if you're just looking for a little push in the right direction, highly recommend By Yourself, the cking Lilies. And by the way, I did go out and buy the lilies and they're already dead because I have a black thumb. But I did go buy them and I did lots of good things for myself after this. And I remembered how important I was and how important it is to take care of yourself, because you're worth it. So I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you want to check out more about me, you can find me at that's a lot of W's. You can find me at www.jennytauthor.com. I thank you for tuning in this week, and I will see you next week on Find Yourself in a Character.